up front, getting taped up, worked out, stretched out, all complimentary to players, tips appreciated, but again, free to players, right at the entry there is the entry to the park is the
Please know when you are up in volleyball life. I do not want to announce teams
all day. We have a lot of teams here, so reffing yourselves, policing yourselves, and staying on top of your reffing duties and your playing duties are paramount. If I call your name more than once on the big board here, you will be down to a 4-0 start and an 11-point game, a 5-0 start and a 15-point game. We cannot mess around with that. That's for all non-pro divisions. Very important one here, speed points at 5 p.m. for all non-pro divisions. So if you're in pool play, you will be switched to rally scoring speed points at 5 p.m. This will be announced at 5 to switch effective immediately. We want to avoid this at all costs. So what you can do is keep your net moving throughout the day. Minimize your warm-ups, couple swings, get ready, pepper on the side, know when you're up, report to your net immediately, and keep playing. It's not fair for the 11th, 12th, or 10th match of the day to have to play rally scoring because the whole net was slow the whole day. So, do your part, help out.
Well, good morning, Pottstown Rumble fans. Welcome back into the 33rd annual Pottstown Rumble. This is Sunday of the 2025 Rumble, which means it is men's open playoff time. These men's professional level players competing for a shot at Pottstown Rumble greatness. We start at center court with the matchup between the 29th and 36th seeded team here in the playoffs. Serving things off, Chris Dedo and his partner, Christopher Fraser, on the near side. Taking on Michelau and Evan Solomon. Michelau, the blocker up at the net with the black hat. Solomon in the white hat up to serve. On our near side, Dedo is the left side player in the black shirt. Fraser in the white shirt.
My announcements are over. We're going to get to the good stuff. If you could please rise. And immediately following the national anthem, men's pro should get the first.
We will take a moment as we respect the anthem and get ready to get this Pottstown Rumble Championship Sunday underway. Now we are ready to get underway at center court. The anthem is sung. The gentlemen are warmed up. Dedo and Fraser, Michelau and Solomon. In this men's open playoff bracket, it is single elimination, 1 set to 15, no cap. Reminder here at the Pottstown Rumble, we play with old school rules. That means it is side-out scoring. You must have the serve to earn the point. No let serves allowed. A block does not count as a touch. And we've got some big, big courts. Option on 2. Big swing, out of the tape, no. Solomon. Good swing to get himself on the board. That is a quick 1-0 start for Michelau and Solomon. Solomon nicknamed the mouth of the Midwest for some now famous Pottstown Rumble antics he may have pulled at his first time here playing at the Rumble. Midwesterners, they are as nice as they come in most public settings, but you get them in a competitive setting and they will show you their competitive drive. Christopher Fraser serves into the net. The team of Chris and Chris Dedo, C-H-R-I-S, Christopher with a K, Christopher Fraser. Both from Brooklyn, New York, down here in beautiful Pottstown, Pennsylvania. Good jump serve, and that's an ace and a scream from the mouth of Michelau. A nice cutting jump serve to the outside arm, outside platform direction of Fraser. That's a 2-0 start now for Michelau and Solomon. These teams relatively close in terms of this bracket, the 29 and 36 seed, respectively. Overpass. Michelau goes down the line. Good start for Michelau and Solomon. None of the 4 players on this court right now have claimed a Pottstown championship title. Michelau with the best finish of all the 4 men, 3rd place in 2019. Michelau serves that one into the net. Michelau, plenty of professional indoor experience playing here in the stateside with the Chicago Icemen of the VLA, but plenty of international volleyball as well. Here comes Christopher Dedo. He serves that one into the tape. Chris and Chris, Dedo and Fraser with a ton of professional beach volleyball experience. Playing on the AVP, the NVL, some professional American and international opportunities. Dedo off the hands. Now that's kept alive. Fraser turns line. Solomon can't fill in quick enough. Still 3-0 on the side out. Fraser, line jump serve. Michelau, no problem, but Dedo. Good high pass, good high set, open net. Oh, and he sprays it left. Sometimes that open net can give you too many ideas, too many exciting opportunities there. Dedo probably could have smacked that as hard as he could, decides to go for the cut shot. Too far wide. Here comes Evan Solomon, or Michelau rather, Solomon up at the net. Fraser, no block, turns it line. Good high set, good high contact point, going wrist away. Michelau unable to get low enough and pop that one up.
Report to the announcer's booth. Kevin Knight, Daniel Leathers, report to the announcer's booth.
Here comes Dedo, the 27-year-old. Option. Block touch. Option again. And a net violation by Christopher Fraser. He forced him out of bounds on the swing, but admits he got a little too aggressive on his block attempt, getting all up in that net. It is a hot one here in Pottstown, Pennsylvania. The hottest day of the weekend are projected to be. Very humid, good amount of sunshine. These players are going to be working hard for this Pottstown Rumble Championship. Fraser, big swing into the angle. This men's open bracket playing for a $10,000 prize. The Pottstown Rumble, one of, if not the hardest outdoor volleyball tournament to win because of the old school rules, the big courts. And a nice, juicy $10,000 prize for claiming that win. Good middle seam serve, and that's an ace. Fraser, Dedo, find a real point. Playing to 15, no cap. They will switch sides at multiples of 5. 3-1 game. Fraser. High pass from Solomon. Solomon splits the defenders and the block. Good side out. Here comes Michelau, the Erskine volleyball graduate. Fraser, good cut over the top of Solomon. Dedo and Fraser from Brooklyn, New York, as I mentioned. Michelau and Solomon from Wisconsin, hence the mouth of the Midwest nicknames for Solomon. Michelau from Sturtevant, Wisconsin. Sorry if I butchered that. And Solomon from the Milwaukee area. Here comes Solomon down the line. No touch, out of bounds. And that's a real point. Switch sides, 2-3.
Chains Gang, episode 5. Chains Gang, episode 5. Court 16, need you go. Chains Gang, court 16.
Solomon handles the jump. Tries to chop it short. A little too much chop. We're tied up, 3-3. Early here in the morning, just after 9:15 a.m. First match of the day. Open matches going on all across the main field here at the Pottstown Rumble. Single elimination in this men's open bracket.
Team snapback, report to court 47 to ref. We need the Ville on court 45. The Ville on court 45. Folks,
here comes Solomon.
Your volleyball life. Look at your pool.
Good jump serve. Good save, though, by Dedo. And Fraser wants to get tricky with it. Not enough on there. Solomon excited on that real point earn. Solomon playing his volleyball at University of Wisconsin Oshkosh. I know other Wisconsin natives who did not go to Oshkosh do not think kindly of the Oshkosh volleyball team. I think it's because they're very successful. Little joust battle, and Michelau pinball block up at the net. Another real point. Michelau Solomon up 5-3.
Court 38. Team is just a clown emoji. Very fitting right now. Emily, Jorge, Derek, and Luis. Emily, Jorge, Derek, and Luis.
Side out by way of service error.
We're waiting for you. You do not get warm-ups. Let's go. Emily, Jorge, Derek, Luis. Luis, court 38. Last breath, court 17. Last breath, court 17. Come on, folks.
5-3 game. Fraser and Dedo trailing. That jump serve, more of a hybrid float. I'm not sure if it was an intentional or not, but sails way long. Here comes Michelau on the jump. Open net and Fraser with the side out. The action just getting going here early in the morning. A ton of talented teams here in this men's open division. Big swing, tool in the hands. Michelau trading side outs now. Still 5-3. Solomon in the Kamina tank top, cutting jump serve. Fraser resets and sends that one long. And these Wisconsin boys with some passion let out a scream as they earn a real point. 6-3. Solomon and Michelau. Serving the tape. You will see your fair share of missed serves here at the Pottstown Rumble. With these old school rules and the side-out scoring, you are not penalized per se for missing your serve, and these players are so good if you don't put an aggressive serve out there, you're going to lose the rally anyway. So these guys will dial it up, and that might result in a few errors, a few let serves like we just saw. A let if it hits any part of the net and it goes over. Once it hits the net in side-out scoring old school rules, that ends the play, and you lose the serve. And now we have error, let serve, let serve. Bit of a stall in the action. And we have our fourth service error, third let serve in a row. Everybody gets one. Now let's see if we can have a clean slate. Solomon back to serve. Here at the Pottstown Rumble, using the Wilson Optics balls, either the yellow beach volleyball style or the bright pink grass volleyball style. And it was well timed that I brought up the service errors, because we are now in our fifth serve in a row that has not made it over the net without touching. You know what? Let's make it 6. The beautiful or terrifying part about side-out scoring is they could literally do this all day. They could miss serves back-to-back for the next 48 hours, and the score would still be 6-3. There's a serve in the court. Fraser blocked, but no. Out of bounds. Solomon can't believe it. Off his inside hand, but travels out of bounds on the swing. small break to adjust the shoelaces. Got to make sure you're all tied up right and ready to go and not jump out of your shoes, literally. Chris Dedo with his standing float. A little bit of movement. Solomon recovers. Transition kill opportunity for Dedo. High off the hands. Real point, Dedo Fraser. That's a switch, 6-4. With the side out scoring, the way to earn points is obviously from the service line, but the other way is in transition, right? You put some pressure on the serve, you get the ball back. You have to take advantage of that opportunity, getting the ball back when you're on the service side. Dedo and Fraser doing it there. And it is a hot one today. Solomon already shedding the Kamina tank. And not able to shed that float serve. Dedo giving Solomon some fits. Maybe he puts the shirt back on or turns the hat around, try something. Shake it off. Misleading float from Dedo. Not a ton of visual movement, and it's got a little spin to it. Mostly when you see a float serve, it looks like a knuckleball, but his is just tricky to read, and it does have late movement. There is a little knuckle to it. Solomon, big swing. Good side out there. Still in the lead, 6-5. That pass not able to be corralled off the tape. Ace serve for Solomon. Gets one back. Beautiful day here for volleyball at the Pottstown Rumble. Could use a couple degrees cooler, a little bit less humidity in the air, but this Pottstown Rumble goes on rain or shine, humidity or dry, hot or cold. Fraser takes a step back, assesses the set. Good job there by Fraser of waiting to see where that set was. He shuffled his feet, got behind the ball, put a good swing on it. Sometimes you can be a little too excited and start your approach early, not knowing where that set is. These guys, pros for a reason. Net touch. Side out. Men's open bracket going on now. The women's bracket finishing up yesterday. Allie Denny and Lydia Smith taking home the $10,000 purse for the women's open championship. Some exciting women's volleyball we've seen the past 2 days, Friday and Saturday. Great pool play action for the men yesterday, and I'm expecting a rousing finish here for men's playoffs. 5-7. Dedo unleashes the float. Good pass from Solomon. And high over the lock. It's early. Let me try that again. Solomon, high over the block, down the line. It's been a long weekend for all of us, myself included. Here with you guys on the call for the majority of these pro matches. Dedo outside, denied. Michelau filling in that block on the angle swing. Real point, Solomon and Michelau. 8-5. This one set to 15, no cap. 8-5, nothing insurmountable in side-out scoring, but you don't want to let that lead grow too wide. Tight set. Oh, and Michelau rises up on the block and two hands swipes it down. Michelau, the pin hitter, showing that professional indoor volleyball experience, knowing when to time, when to jump, and when to swipe those hands down. Big jump from Solomon. Dedo has no problem. And no problem avoiding the block on that swing. Good side out. (9-5). Christopher Fraser. Michelau up on his feet, pinballing it around the block. Fraser knows he was right on top of that one, in the right spot, just sometimes it bounces around those arms. As a blocker, you like to go up and get a wide press of your hands over the net, and sometimes that can leave room in between your arms. It can either go right through the uprights, call that a field goal, or it can bounce around between the insides of your arms. Dolly Parton, 9-5 score. You know what, Dolly? Take a rest. 10-5 on the ace serve. The Wisconsin boys pull out the bow and arrow celebration for the ace. They're up 10-5. Michael Michelau shooting his shot with that jump serve. Michelau, another big jump. Dedo goes into the angle. Michelau just stabs at it and sends it off towards the rest of our courts. (10-5), 5-point advantage for Michelau and Solomon. Block touch, saves it. Another chance. Angle, but Solomon with the dig. Here comes Dedo. High roller over the block. Michelau caught up in the air, sees where it was headed, but just couldn't get turned around and dive to get that ball in time. That can be frustrating when you're up there in the air blocking and you see the roll, but you can't. There's nothing to push off of when you're already in the air, so that's why that's an effective shot. Dedo, too long. Solomon. Fraser dug up by Solomon. That one goes over, though. Solomon can't get back to that chip shot. Some good defense by Solomon, but unable to keep those digs on his side of the net. Makes it difficult to win the point. We have men's playoff action going on here in center court. It also is Sunday, which means it is quads day here at the Pottstown Rumble. Men's, women's, AA, A, B, double B, co-ed doubles as well. So we have a lot of action outside of center court, but you're watching the center court swings. For that reason right there, Michelau, straight ahead, straight down. (10-6) ball game here at center court. Pottstown Rumble in and of itself is a marathon, but side-out scoring, a game to 15 can be a marathon. The game will certainly ebb and flow, and you have to make sure you maintain your composure whether you're trailing or in the lead. Solomon big swing, Dedo right in the angle. Solomon wishes he had that one back. One hand stab dig, sends it out of bounds. It's another real point. 7-10, 3-point game. I appreciate center court now with the big scoreboard. We've been using the little number scoreboard all weekend, testing my eyesight and my ability to follow the game. Tight set, way too tight. Solomon crashes into the bottom of the tape anyway. I'm sure Fraser would like the kill, not the error on that in the stat sheet. Timeout now called. Michelau and Solomon, they want to think it over after their lead has shrunk to 2, 10-8. Timeout.
Let's keep this action going on row 2. I think I see Max Martin and Dylan Zaka walking off, so assuming they got a win, I see a thumbs up. That's our first confirmed men's pro winners. Kristen Hartnett going back to serve. 9-3 it looks like. 9 threes on probably 8 aces from Landon, and Kristen got one big. That's a point from Kristen. I'm motivating him, I can just know it. 10-3 over there. What? 10-13. Honestly, I can't see this score card. Beyond that, I see Cam Milligan and Michael Kruger taking on Mason Andrade and his partner. There's so many good matches out here. It's going to be a day. Tim over on first with the dig. Chase down. Roll shot cross from Waters. We're still at 6-7. And we got Waters at the service line. Hartnett, short, OG for the side out. The serve from Waters here. Savage back on the service line again. 6-7. We're going to get to our next side switch here. Hopefully soon. David Cruz. Swings line, side out.
A court 84 co-ed A. You had a lot of changes. We refreshed the pool, so please refresh your pool. We need some new teams now. We pulled one of your teams out from your pool brackets. This is not your fault. Sam Gazzi, Maddie Moyer, Katie Chang, Jonathan Mio. Sam Gazzi, Maddie Moyer, Katie Chang, Jonathan Mio. Please report to court 84. You are now the new first match on your pool.
Back after the timeout. 10-8 game. Dedo and Fraser on a bit of a run. Michelau goes over on 2. Solomon saves, and Michelau, this time it works. Second time the charm. Fun thing about doubles volleyball is you can have a game plan and a strategy, but there's so many variables on where the pass is, where the set is, if they go over on 1, on 2, on 3, and so a lot of it is pure improvisation. Good side out from Solomon and Michelau. Fraser, big line swing. Double coverage there. Looked like both Michelau and Solomon were defending the angle. Talk over what happened. Try and correct it for the next play. Good wrist away serve. Kept alive though. Aggressive out of system swing. And a nice little option shot. That's a great job there right there by Solomon and Michelau. Not the greatest pass, the set sort of high in the middle, but Michelau not giving anything easy. Jumping high, a little two-step close. Fast-paced swing. Earns himself a free ball chance, and they get the side out. Jump serve, too much on it. Dedo serves towards Solomon. Solomon now, ooh, chipping it over the block. Just sneaking it through there. Good pop on that jump serve from Solomon. And now a good pop on that dig. Dedo eats up the angle. Big poke down the line. It was high, but Solomon unable to get his feet there. Sometimes it feels like when you're maybe defending an angle or defending a line and there's a high shot on the opposite end of the court, you feel like the road runner, your feet spinning on the ground. You just can't get there quick enough.
Warm up. We're going to get it started right away. If you're reffing and you don't ref, we've already had some people docked points for the day, so get out there, do your duty, and go ref. Men's pro.
Fraser just out. Still 10-8 here. Michelau and Solomon on top of Dedo and Fraser. Michelau making sure he's got the right volleyball. A lot of times these guys, they want a set collection of volleyballs when they play, nothing different. And that's why. Because if you like to feel for a ball, you know how it hits, how it feels. You can get the right touch on it like he does on that jump serve. That's an ace. Michelau, Solomon, 11-8. Michelau going for number 2. Fraser. Pass in the middle, but sends it long. 12-8 side switch. Solomon and Michelau earning those points back. Fraser mad at himself. Now comes gut check time. Fraser and Dedo, 3 real points away from losing the match, losing the game, ending their Pottstown Rumble. In indoor volleyball, rally scoring to 25. They call that 20 to 25 point range the red zone. That's where you have to be critical. You can't make errors. You have to be the more efficient, aggressive team. Grass volleyball, side-out scoring. There's less of a concise red zone, but I think whenever you get between 3 to 4 real points away from that game ending, I would consider that the side-out scoring red zone. Michelau, a little too far in the jump. With a 4-point lead and a side-out scoring setup, nothing wrong with an aggressive jump serve. You have a cushion, you're not going to lose points, and you want to end this game as quickly as possible, conserve some energy, so if you can find some aces, you're going to take them. Ooh, tight pass, but it's saved out of the net, and it's completed. What an impressive play there. Michelau just getting as low as he can, knee to the ground, saving that one out of the bottom of the tape. Still 12-8. Fraser sees the open line, saw him in a leaping attempt, can't bring it back. Good side out by the side of Fraser and Dedo. Christopher Fraser lining up his jump serve. His team trailing by 4. Cross court, gobbled up. Michelau sneaks it under. Good off-speed shot there by Michelau. That one just touches some top tape. Still without a real point after the 12-8 side switch. Bit of an errant pass out of system, and that is a real point for Dedo and Fraser. 9-12. The old sports adage, one at a time, but truly inside-out scoring, all you can do is take one at a time, and if you get one on each side out, then that is a good sign. Chance for a second, and there it is. Dedo showing the power. Now it is 10-12, both teams in double digits.
You'll be on center court. Bigford, Dittman, Schaefer, and Schaefer will be right behind us on court 2, behind the announcer's booth. Again,
here comes Dedo now.
Have specific courts. Thanks.
Attacking Solomon with the float. Fraser dives the angle. Dedo fills in on the line, but still A little bit over him, a little bit outside in the court. Good swing there by Solomon. That serve just touching some of that net. If that's a half an inch higher, that's deadly. Probably an ace. Let serves not allowed in old school rules. Jump serve down the line. Solomon on his feet. No block. And he goes high line. A good rule of thumb, if you see someone pulling on you, if that blocker in front of you decides to peel off the net and try and play some defense, as an attacker, you want to attack that pulling blocker. They're in a bit of a transition. There's most likely moving their feet or not fully set and square, as opposed to the other defender who's waiting back on defense. So it's always a good rule of thumb. If you see them pull, go right their way. Michelau, 12-10, sets up the jump. Fraser shuffles to the outside. Open hand dig. Short chopper, tight and unable to be handled. Michelau shutting the door on that backhanded attempt. 13-10. Michelau and Solomon just 2 real points away from advancing in the men's open bracket. Good jump serve. Little jump bump set. Michelau. Chance for a real point. Pulling blocker. And he goes right at him. And ladies and gentlemen, we have our first set point of the day here at center court. But it'll have to wait. Fraser, Dedo, they call timeout.
It literally can't be closer. Good honesty from the Savage Gym combo. Cam Milligan fires away. Do you think his shoulder's tired yet? No. Double contact call. Another honesty call from the Jim Savage combo. Laurier had that one called as well. 1-0, game to 5 now.
Both teams back from the timeout. Dedo and Fraser, their last chance to keep the game alive. Expect Michael Michelau to let one rip.
Chapman and Hagen. Chapman
He does.
Court 7,
Fraser,
Chapman,
middle of the court. Blocked by Solomon with the extended right hand. Michael Michelau, Evan Solomon claiming this victory in the first center court match of the Open playoffs today here on Sunday at the Pottstown Rumble. They win it 15-10, moving on to the next round. They'll be facing Cameron Beans and Jacob Laboulier, who had a first-round bye. Fantastic game there by Michelau and Solomon, the Wisconsin boys. Moving on in the 2025 Pottstown Rumble men's playoff bracket.
So be ready. If you lost, make sure you got your work assignment.